Go, go. Whistles for Conor Beasley as he enters the winner's enclosure. Well done to the winning trainer of the winner, Amr bin Hamash. And back into the winner's enclosure, the grey son of frosted Mr. Cafu. Conor Beasley just weighing in for the second time tonight successfully with Mr. Cafu, who has gone on to score again here. And quick fire double for you, Conor. Well done. It's he's a horse on the up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a great little horse, to be honest. He's tough as old boots, and you know, they were going to go gallop there today, and just got him in a nice rhythm. But I just like the way when I, you know, got a bit of battle there up the straight, he really stuck his neck out and dug deep for me, and you know, I felt like I had plenty enough towards the line, so no, it was great.
It seemed like you took the decision just to sit. You know, the two in front were started going at it, but it looked as though you were happy to just wait. And you know, sometimes on the dirt, I guess you don't want to let them get away, but you felt your horse was travelling really well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just obviously didn't want to get him out of his comfort zone because I wouldn't obviously finish off. So I was happy enough there just to sit on him, let him take me around the bend, and once I straightened up, you know, he went about his job really nice.
Is he best over 1200?
Yeah, I think he's got plenty of speed. You know, obviously they're the races for him, so you know, he's doing nothing wrong at that trip. So might as well stick to it.
Yeah. Happy days, well done.
Brilliant, thanks.
And that is correct weight in the National Industries Park, presented by DP World over the 1200 metres. Numbers 7, 1, 4 and 6. Correct weight. Mr. Cafu, your winner. 112.14 the time. 1 3/4 by 1 1/4 lengths. Correct weight. Race 3.
Time for the third presentation of the night. Race number 3 was the National Industries Park, presented by DP World. And it went to Mr. Cafu making the presentation, and heading up there now is Mr. Abdullah Al-Jasmi, who is the head of National Industries Park. Thank you for presenting this award. Mr. Abdullah Al-Jasmi presenting two on behalf of the winning owners with Mr. Cafu. Mr. Sultan Ali, please welcome to the stage both Hamdan and Maktoum. Sultan Sabusi. Race number 4 is upon us. It's a handicap. We're back on the turf and we're over 1,900 metres. It's very quiet. It's nice and chilled out here. So let's start having a look at some of them. Who we're going to see best? Well, number 9's over there, right in front of us, just being saddled. And I'll tell you, this is when I get to the right page. It's Mustawa for Jim Crowley and Heather Main. Heather with a good team of horses out here. Good to see. I think a total of 4 that they have out here. And Mostawa, who is a son of Poet's Voice, got plenty of experience and has been running really well back in the UK. Ran well at Goodwood when last seen. That's probably on ground just a little bit easier than ideal. This track should be absolutely fine. As far as the distance goes, well, has cut it at this distance before. Very capable over a mile as well. Not without a chance. And, great for the Heraldians and Heather Main to have this horse out here. Number 10, let's just turn our attention to number 10, is over there in the corner. It's been a bit of a cheeky chap. I don't think reared up, but just backed out. And I wonder if they're just going to send him into a box to just have the finishing touches. It's going into the naughty box. just to, have a word with yourself, laser guided. Just think about it. And we might be down late now, this horse. Obviously has, good form coming into this. Is a last time out winner. One of the likely ones, definitely. And there he is. He's, you can have a word with himself. Spin round to our left, and we'll pick up number 3. Who's Castle Bar at the front of this lot. Castle Bar for Helal Al-Alawi and Gabriel Maloun, who is having another go over this distance on the turf. Has won on the turf, hasn't won on the dirt, and basically switching back to the turf is going to be what this horse wants. It's relatively lightly raced for a 6-year-old. It's not easy to see having a second start here. Number 2, who's walked right in front of us, Aeonian lining up for Musabra Al-Mary, who's looking for a double tonight. Back in trip from the last start here. That came on the turf. He's 1 from 8 on the turf. Did try the dirt. That didn't really work. He's a Ulysses, so that's unsurprising. Has been tried in much better company than this, but I think the mark still looks a little bit lofty potentially. I'll just jump forward and pick up Franz Kafka while we get the chance to. More hearts on the backside on those quarter marks, but well turned out Franz Kafka. Safe Belushi rides for Amr Bin Hamash. He burst onto the scene for the Crisfords a few years ago and looked a really good horse. I think he's just been a bit fragile. He's got bundles of ability, but it just hasn't really worked out for Franz Kafka, who did run pretty well here last time. That was in the race won by Local Dynasty. This is probably easier on paper, but he's just not quite the force of old, unfortunately for him. Return to Dubai is number 4, so we'll spin back a few horses. Pick up number 4, who has the red hood on. For Syed bin Saror, Hector Crouch rides. This son of Ribchester, who's a multiple Group 1 winner over a mile. He'll come out of stall number 11. It's not ideal, but over this 1900-metre turf site, you've got a long time down the back to sort yourself out. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. And Return to Dubai has had a few spins over this sort of distance. 2,000 metres really in the UK was his trip, and that included a win on the all-weather a few starts back. Hasn't won on the turf. It doesn't mean he won't, but concerns me slightly when horses have the best of their form on the all-weather back in the UK, whether they'll repeat it out here on the turf. Number 5 is Sari Dubai. Sari Dubai, I think, should have a lot in his favour, really, here. He'd be ridden off the pace. He's drawn 14. Both Pat and I are with Sari Dubai. And he's a son of Creative Cause, who has won here before. He'll just tuck in and go for a run. The rail's only out 4, so that should be all right, as long as they get going early enough in the straight. He's not going to win loads, because he does require a little bit of luck, but he ran 2 on the bounce last year, and the start last time should have put him spot on for this. Legend of Khan is behind Fajr De Vries and Fauzi Nas, who is that's number 8, comes right in front of us, just keeping an eye on Gareth. Number 6, Legend of Khan, son of Cairo Prince, who has won here before. I think he's better on the turf than the dirt, definitely. So I'm not surprised to keep him going on the turf, but he wasn't really sighted in the Local Dynasty race. Prior to that, there was promise over 2,000 metres. This trip in 2,000 is absolutely fine on the turf. 7 is Kafaf for Michael Koska, Tom Marquand rides. Still relatively lightly raced out here. Has just had 1 go on the turf. Largely campaigned on the dirt, where he has won at Jebel Ali, but he's an older flug. I think the turf here is a better suggestion than the dirt, so I'm not surprised that they're doing that. Gareth is the horse behind, number 8. Gareth for Amr Bin Hamash and Connor Beasley. Connor's looking for a quick-fire treble. It could happen as well, as the horse has been on good form, has been on the dirt. He switches back to the turf here. He has won on the turf, but he might just on the turf want a little bit further than this. I think we've done all of them over here. Any more being saddled? Yeah, we have. In fact, they're going to walk out. So what we'll do is we'll just follow number 1 round here once more, and get a final look at horse 1. And then when that horse heads out, we'll head out with him, and then pick up some of the others over the far side in what is a nice and open contest. Not all of them are tonight, but this is one of those which is fairly open. As we're looking at Franz Kafka, I remember when he won here. I think it was the meeting before Super Saturday a few years ago. And my God, he was a real buzz horse. And then he got injured, and he's just never really come back from it. But on the clock, he was absolutely electric. Right, this horse is going out, so we'll take our leave with him, and hopefully nothing else decides to go around again and mow us down. I'm sure it won't. So I will head out with 2 as well, and 3, and then take us over towards the far side as they start to make their way out from over there. Not sure who we can get a good sight of over there. Number 9 is spinning around over towards the far side. Nice big field, get to use both sides of the saddling area here. Oh good, we've already done Mostawa. Number 11 behind is Flamingo Girl. Flamingo Girl for Sam Hitchcock and Doug Watson. It's a he. Why do you call it he, Flamingo Girl? Anyway, it is. I'm not sure he's worried about it, but that confused me. I think probably wants a little bit further than this, but well worth rolling the dice over this distance. It hasn't quite worked out yet so far. We have got number 14 to our left. Home Spin, Mikhail Barcelona rides for Salim bin Gadaya. Wasn't beaten too far a couple of starts ago on the dirt, but has a decent turf record. Didn't quite work out last time, but that was a little while ago. So, I mean, it'd be a hell of a training performance off the back of over 1,000 days off. That's probably going to be the main thing against this horse. And we'll finish up with number 16, Wacket, for Sandra Paver and Musaba Al-Mary. Not easy to make a case for, but at least is in winning form, but switches to a handicap on the turf. So unknown company for Wacket. That's a good look at most of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the parade ring here for race 4, the Dubai Trade, presented by DP World over the 1,900 metres. Let's head into our runners. Number 1, Franz Kafka, the 8-year-old gelding by Dubawi. Drawn a little sticky here in 15, the 2-time winner. Last seen at the races over 2,000 metres. He was 3rd, beaten 4.5 by Local Dynasty. So the form pretty solid. Saif Al-Balushi will do the riding. Number 2 is Aeonian, the 5-year-old gelding by Ulysses. Also drawn out on the track here, the 1-time winner. Comes through the same form line as Franz Kafka. 61.5 kilos here with Oscar Chavez riding for Musaba Al-Mahiri. Halal Al-Alawi brings in Castle Bar for the National Stables here. Down the track, beaten a distance by Wessel at Jebel Ali. Comes to Maidan here for the first time. Gabriel Maluno does the riding here with 61.5. He draws the ace. Followed by the 4 in return to Dubai for Syed bin Saror and Godolphin. Hector Crouch rides for the team there. Drawn in 11 here. 61.5 kilos. 6 starts for a win and 3 minors. He makes his Dubai debut. Here's Sari Dubai. Caught the eye there in behind Made in Dubai last time out. Wide draw shouldn't be a concern. He'll go back to the end. Pat Dobbs does the riding here for Doug Watson and Mr. Syed Sultan Al Rahumi. 7 is Kafaf, 4-year-old gelding by Al Adler Flug. Michael Costa does the training, and Tom Marquand does the riding here. He comes to a lane here. He's had the 3 runs so far for the season, all at the home track for 1 win, a 4th and a 5th. That win was at maiden grade, so needs to step up here this evening. 8 is Gareth. We've seen him racing at Sharjah and Jebel Ali so far this season, both for seconds, but he has been 4.5 and 6 lengths off the winner on both occasions at 0 to 75 grade. This looks a little bit of tougher, and he will have to step up here in his first run on the grass for the season. Here the main saddles up Mostawa for the Heraldians. Jim Crowley does the riding, 59 kilograms here, draws 6 in the middle of the field. One of the more experienced runners of the field, 46 starts for 5 wins and 12 minor placings. Last seen at Goodwood on the turf over a mile, running second there to Thunderball. 11 is Flamingo Girl for Sam Hitchcock. Doug Watson for Gary Allsop and partner. 7-year-old gelding by Soldier Hollow. He's drawn a little sticky as well, a three-time winner, and we see him for the first time in season 23-24. Legend of Khan will head early to the gates for Ardra de Vries and Fauzi Nass, who trains and owns this runner here. He's had the one win, that was last season. Thought potentially that the change over to turf would improve him last time out, but he was down the track against Local Dynasty rather. We'll see how he improves here this evening. He drops in distance to 1900. Number 12 is One World, the son of See the Stars, Tygo Shea for Bhupat Seema and Akbar Racing. 2 wins from 8 starts, 3 seconds. He comes out here after having numerous runs through the middle of last year. Last seen over in Europe. He was beaten a distance on that day. We'll see if he translates his form here. But, yeah, big question marks around One World and where he'll be at for this run. We head to the 13, the South American Eye on the Prize. 4-year-old for Jose de Silva and Julio Olajuela. HHK Racing. We saw him on the 5th of January here at Meydan. He was beaten 17 lengths there and behind, never show weakness. Would need to improve. Same can be said for the 14 for Salam bin Gudaya and his Highness Sheikh Hamdan. The Macau Barcelona here, home spin. Draws a good gate though this time around. Long time off the scene, last seen April 2021. It was here at Meydan, but has not been seen for a while here, the 7-year-old who makes his return. Law of Nature is the 15 for Masaba Al Maheri. 56.5 becomes 54 with Case Al Basadi's claim. Rashid Al Shahi and Tawfiq Muhammad, 3-time winner from 17 starts. He's had the 3 runs so far this season, 2 at Jebel Ali, 1 at Elaine. So this is the 4th up run and first on grass for the season. 16 is Waket, another one we've seen frequent the track quite a bit. Broke his maiden last start at Jebel Ali. He heads across onto the grass and to Meydan for the season. Obviously seen these colours come to success earlier with Al Abid. Mr. Nasser Asker looking for a double here, and Sandro Paiva does the piloting here on Waket this evening. And last but not least, we head to the 10 in Laser Guided, who heads out onto the track here now, the son of Kingman. Got some nice form overseas. Pontefract form last start, Oisin Orr on board, winning there in a handicap over the mile. He steps up in distance here. That race was in July, so he is first up here returning over the 1900 metres. William Buick jumps on board for Simon and Ed Crispin. So William Buick having great success here, so confidence in the booking here with Laser Guided for race 4. Let's have a look at the runners as they make their way out onto the course here for race number 4 on the program. Looking forward to seeing who our best turned out is very shortly.
Ed Crisford looking for another Carnival winner. Had a good week last week. It joins me now and has Laser Guided here, who obviously comes here in winning form. What are you expecting tonight?
I think he should run a good race. He hasn't run since July, early July, where he won. He is stepping up to 1900. He has been running over the mile. We weren't quite sure about this sort of trip, but he comes in good form, and if he does stay, he should be very competitive.
Was it by design to sort of put him away for this, or did something give a setback? Or?
We actually tried to put him in the mile a couple of weeks back. He didn't get in, so we sort of slightly forced our hand to come here, and there isn't a couple of mile races down the line. So, but they're all competitive races, these. But as I said, he's really done well since he's been out here, and I think if he does sort of stay the trip fine, he should be very competitive.
We were watching him being saddled, and then you put him in the box behind closed doors. He was just, you can see him now, he looks absolutely fine, to be honest, but up there he was just getting a bit full of himself.
Yeah, no, he came up a few times. He was a little bit fresh. As I said, he hasn't run since July, so once we got him hidden away, he settled down, and no, he looks good there, so no, as long as he jumps out good, I think we'll run well.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Cheers. Best turned out time. It's gone to Sari Dubai. It's powerful looking grey. It's gone to Kushal Singh a few moments ago, leading the horse around. Thanks to Kushal. And thanks to Iftikhar Ahmed, who is responsible for handing over the best turned out winning prize. That's a cheque for 650 dirham. Or it's, I don't know how it's presented in there. Might be cash, who knows? But either way, thanks to Zabeel Feed. And well done to Kushal, and thanks to Iftikhar for presenting the award. Best turned out winner, Sari Dubai. So that's Laser Guided. We saw him being saddled. He went into the box behind closed doors, and as Ed said, he was fine. He is fresh, isn't he? That's it. He's just a bit fresh, but hasn't got particularly warm by the looks of things. It's an atmosphere here that takes a bit of getting used to, and they do try it, but they tend to try it during the day. I don't think they get a chance to paddock school at night under the lights like this, from what I understand. It's just obviously a very different ball game for some of the horses under the lights, and not every horse handles it perfectly. Doesn't mean they won't win. He's just got a little bit fresh, and he's going forward into stall number 5. Sari Dubai is the choice of Pat and I. We described earlier how this is an easier night than last week. We haven't found a winner yet. There we are. He'll come out of 14. He'll tuck in under Pat Dobbs and hope that they go hard enough, I think, because he wants to test at this trip, and mainly how he'll be ridden. He wants to come from off the pace. Just to let you know, Castle Bar runs in cheek pieces, not advertised in your race card. Castle Bar runs in cheek pieces with that tongue tie. This is Kafaf. Tom Marquand rides. He's pretty lightly raced on the turf. He's an Alder Flug. I think he'll be absolutely fine on it. Not a problem at Jebel Ali on that dirt, but this surface, a sort of truer dirt surface, if you like, that I think by and large you want to have something in your pedigree for. I think it makes sense to run him on the turf, and that's exactly what they are doing. So the shape of the race, Laser Guided comes here with winning form. As Ed was suggesting, the trip is a bit of an unknown. He has run over a little bit further in the past for previous connections, but he's been doing his winning over a mile largely in the UK. Sari Dubai, trip 5. He'll want probably a bit of a test at the trip to be produced at the right time, given how he will be produced. The rail's only out 4. If it's out further, it can be more of a struggle to come from off the pace, but this should be absolutely fine. Those are the principles. They're not the only ones with a chance. And if you're confused about Flamingo Girl, well, when they named her, Flamingo Girl was a girl. And then they found that there was something else under the bonnet with Flamingo Girl, who then became a boy. True story. Pat, all yours.
Thank you very much, Tom. That's interesting information there as well. Don't hear that very often, but interested to see how he goes here this evening. One World coming up into line here for Tygo Shea. Nice field shaping up here for this 1900-metre event. As Tom alluded to, both of us with Sari Dubai here. We will need a genuine clip. The question is, who is going to provide it for him? You'd say something will roll forward here, but the sectionals will tell us. As Mostawa loads away, along with Waket. And the field looks set here at the 1900 metres, and we are set to gallop. Underway from the 1900, the Dubai Trade presented by DP World, and they broke to an even line. Now they start to segregate. Mostawa coming forward, along with Home Spin the inside. Gareth Waket trying to work forward along with Eye on the Prize. Laser Guided tucks in behind them into about 6th placing from Kafaf, Franz Kafka. Legend of Khan fall back the inside, followed by Law of Nature, Aeonian, Castle Bar, Sari Dubai. Back to Return to Dubai, One World. The last one, Flamingo Girl, going at okay fractions as Mostawa leads them along the back section here. Out by 3 parts on Gareth. Back on the inside, Home Spin 3rd, and Waket deep at the moment. Forced to race 3 wide and without cover at this point. Laser Guided was next from Law of Nature, then came working back through the field. Now Eye on the Prize. He does have cover despite being wide. A length and a half to Kafaf from Castle Bar, Franz Kafka. Legend of Khan on that 3 wide train. Being tracked in turn there, deeper out on the track by Aeonian. Then came Return to Dubai. Sari Dubai 3rd to last from One World, and Flamingo Girl just slightly detached from the rest of the field here, second last and last. As they make their way down the side here in search of the 700 metres, and Mostawa comes back to the rear a little bit. Gareth comes out to provide some pressure on the outside, now gets within a half length. Home Spin tracks the leader. Waket now being shaken along. Laser Guided. Eye on the Prize has been deep the trip. He's had a pretty tough run here. Law of Nature in behind. Kafaf, Franz Kafka's had some cover throughout. Aeonian next from Castle Bar, the inside. Return to Dubai. Sari Dubai trying to get going, got a few bumps in front of him at the moment. One World and Flamingo Girl still last. Mostawa now claimed on the outside by Laser Guided. He's still giving a kick here. Mostawa out with the Home Spin. Franz Kafka down the outside. Sari Dubai can't get a run. Franz Kafka takes him now. Here's Kafka starting to claim the second horse here in Laser Guided. Franz Kafka, Laser Guided gives a kick, but Franz Kafka will get it. Franz Kafka a half length beats Laser Guided. Kafaf gave a sight there in the final 100. He'll run 3rd, followed by Return to Dubai, Law of Nature, Mostawa, Eye on the Prize. Then came Waket, followed there by Sari Dubai. Never got a run. One World followed from Aeonian, Castle Bar, Gareth. Then came Legend of Khan. Home Spin dropped away with Flamingo Girl. Franz Kafka with the big weight. Gets the job done under Saif Al-Bushi for Ahmed bin Hamash. Is able to take the win here from gate number 15 as well. He was 3 wide the trip, but he was providing plenty of cover there from Eye on the Prize, who unfortunately had a pretty terrible run there in transit without cover, and it was just unfortunate due to that wide draw there from 9 and booting up. But Franz Kafka, despite being wide, got the best of it, shut off in the run, and he came around and had to reclaim them there. He was 6 or 7 wide turning, but had enough in the locker here, coming in off the highest rating here of 90 to claim the 4th event, the Dubai Trade, presented by DP World.
Yeah, that's a great result for Franz Kafka, who, as I said, he's got loads of ability, this horse. Produced down the wide outside, a lovely run. He looked like such a good horse a few seasons ago. He's had his setbacks, he's had his injuries, and he's now won this off a mark of 90, having run largely really consistently out here. He's been running well over 1800, he's tried 2000. But I think the key to him is getting him in a rhythm down the wide outside. Obviously, Laser Guided's run a really good race. He's definitely stayed. Of course he has, to go so close, but just not as well as the eventual winner. And you know, he was at this point just a little bit further ahead of the winner. They all got a bit tight late on, so there's a few to keep an eye on. Kafaf was a horse in a nice position in the all yellow. He's trying to find an out at this point. Laser Guided is in front. Tom Marquand goes for a gap that I think there was a gap there, but it unfortunately then home spin even comes over to his left, and it just hampers Waquet, and then those two get pretty close late on as well. I could have seen that again as I was looking down at my programme for the main bump, because it does involve the winner and the second. So, and let's just have a closer look at this. Keep your eye on the side on, first of all, down the wide outside, with Franz Kafka making ground and Laser Guided under William Buick in the centre. And Seyfal Belushi's got his stick in his right hand. He's trying to straighten his horse up at this point. That's why he puts his hands back on the reins. Tom Marquand, that's chance gone for him. And then it's just how big a bump there is towards the finish. Horses are making their way back in. I should probably get out the winner's enclosure. We might just have another look at the head-on again, and then Pat can confirm everything for us. What do you think, Pat? Bit of a schmozzle late on in that.
Very interesting, isn't it, Tom? Outside the winner, Franz Kafka, rider with the whip in the right hand, and you look at Laser Guided, William Buick's got the stick in the left. So the question mark is that there has been a gap there, and it's closed. But which horse is at fault? That's the question mark. We're going to have to find out. That's if they do throw something in here. But at the end of the day, Kafaf was making good ground and unfortunately shut off for a run there. So you'd say that there will be some questions asked, but we will have to wait and get that all official here. The Dubai Trade presented by DP World, numbers 1, 10, 7 and 4. Franz Kafka, the unofficial winner, 155.45, margins 3/4 by 1.
Well, welcome back into the winner's enclosure. Seyfal Belushi, and back with his head in front, Franz Kafka. Seyfal Belushi just weighing in after Franz Kafka's success in our most recent race. It was a bit bumpy late on, but it's quite a winning distance, so I won't be too worried about anything changing. We'll see. Safe is with me now. Well done. I'm sure this is a very popular horse in the yard.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, it is just a surprise because last time he was with the high rating race, and this time his race, you know, he must win. But was bad gate. I tried to control him, give him between the horses and save him to last 100 meters. But probably a good horse, he will have more. Yeah.
From gate 15, as you say, it seemed like you wanted to just give him a chance in the straight to have one run down the outside.
Yeah, actually, was not too high pace. Was perfect for him. He liked the action for races. He do well. Yeah.
Was he tiring late on? Obviously, there was a bit of a bump to your horse on the inside. Was he getting tired?
No, not too bad. It's okay. Yeah, it was okay.
Well done.
Thanks.
Correct weight has been given in race 4. Correct weight, numbers 1, 10, 7 and 4. 1, 10, 7, 4, Franz Kafka gets the win here for Saif Al-Balushi and Ahmed bin Hamash. Numbers 1, 10, 7, 4, winner's time 155.45, margins 3/4 by 1. Correct weight, race 4.
All right, presentation time for race number 4, now official. And it was the Dubai Trade Handicap presented by DP World. To make the presentation, making her way up to the stage is Miss Ebtisim Al-Kabi, the Vice President Sales at JAFSA. And she'll be presenting 2 awards here. And please welcome to the stage once again, what a night for Hamdan and Maktoum Sultan Sabusi. Well, some people come for the racing and some people come to win Faces at the Races. This is our Faces at the Races number 2. Who's it going to be? That's a nice little wave, sir, but I need a bit more enthusiasm if you want to win anything than that little gesture. I want more hands in the air to win 500 dirham. You need to head to the reward centre at Concourse B if you want. It's not chest at the races, but I like your style. But it might have won you. It might have won you the day. Horse tattoo on the neck. Give me a smile. You've won. That's it. 500 dirhams. Simple as that. No idea what it says. We've not seen that before. But it's, oh my goodness me. Mikhail Barcelona, you, sir, have a big, big fan. Mikhail is here tonight. I'm not sure what the date commemorates. You've won a prize, and well done for that tattoo of M. Barcelona. A little bit frightening, but we love to see it. Tonight's second winner of Faces at the Races. My word.
Well, we're into the yard here for race number 5 on the program. The first horse we have a look at here in the 5th event, the Cocoa Beach Stakes, presented by Jebel Ali Port, is Frost at Dawn. 3-year-old filly by Froster. Jim Crowley for William Knights. Looks to be the leader of the race here. Second to Manama Gold. Those two cleared out last time out. It looks to be one of the main threats here to Manama Gold here again. Just will need to do a bit of work here to find the front from gate number 10. You'd say Hala Abra will certainly improve on last start's performance here in behind Manama Gold with that run under the belt here on the Meydan course. Comes up and meets a similar field here. Does head up in distance to the mile. Kibo Masaki is the 3 here. Salam bin Gadai and Macau Barcelona. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan on debut here from gate number 3, the 3-year-old filly by Gervin. We move on now to our next horse, and that is number 4 here in Lafferty, looking to bounce back after last start. It was a forgive run up to the 1,600 metres. Another one that could be a threat for the international market favourite in Manama Gold, the 3-year-old filly by Matol, who was very impressive on debut. Number 5 is Le Falcon Multi. Bupat Sema, the Falcon Racing Team LLC. Tygo Shea does the riding here. Bred at Fonstown Stud. 3-year-old filly by Invincible Spirit. Steps out here for the first run. Lightning Paradise would need to improve at least 10 lengths to beat the stablemate here. She's a 3-year-old filly. Congrats, Lightning Paradise. Draws well. And comes into this here for a second career start. Manama Gold looks the horse to beat here. The 3-year-old filly by Star Guitar. She was very impressive on debut. Audrey De Vries stays on board, looking to make it 2 on the bounce. The debutant in the field here, number 8, Mizyan. Comes into this for Patrick Dobbs and Doug Watson. Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum, the 3-year-old filly by Justify, gets gate 2 here for the first career run. Number 9, another one here for Sheikh Hamdan and Salam bin Gadai, wearing the black distinguishing cap, the 3-year-old filly by Audible, Insensatiable. Royston French does the riding here on board this filly. We'll need some luck from the wide gate, barrier number 9. And last but not least, making her way down the race here into the mounting yard late, is number 10, Wild Goddess, the 3-year-old filly by Camelot. Question marks are surrounding whether she will take to the dirt well here in her first ever Dubai run. She's had the 4 runs so far for 2 wins, all on turf. Form is good on the grass before making her way here. And she does get a middle alley here for Charlie Appleby and William Buick, our final horse, to have a look at here for race number 5. We race for 300,000 dirham here, and the winner gets the winner's purse of 180,000 dirham here in the Cocoa Beach Stakes, presented by Jebel Ali Port. On tonight's night, thanks to DP World.
William Knight alongside me, who has Frost at Dawn here, who ran an absolute cracker first up out here. Did that surpass your expectations? Did you think she'd go well?
We always thought she was a nice filly back at home. When you come out here and you run on the dirt for the first time, you're never really quite sure, although her pedigree suggested she would go on it, and she'd won on the all-weather back in England. But yeah, look, I was delighted with that run, and you know, it's a similar sort of race again tonight, where we're going a furlong further. We're drawn wide, which I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be totally honest with you. But she comes in really good form. I think she's come on for her run just before Christmas, and yeah, expect a big run from her.
Off the back of last time and the defeat to Manama Gold, I guess, how do you approach it to get ahead of her, let alone the rest of the field?
Well, you know, I did put her in a race last week to have a look at the injuries with a view to sort of maybe avoiding Bahama Gold, or whatever her name is, Bahama Gold. But this was always going to be the plan, and originally to come for this mild conditions fillies race. And look, I hope that we've got some improvement in us. I can't talk for Fauzi's horse, so you know, hopefully we've improved enough to sort of be more competitive with her today.
She's going down there on the big screen now. I mean, she looks a nice moving filly. She looks pretty relaxed.
Yeah, she is. She's trained really well out here. She seems to, you know, trains on this dirt track every morning and moves off it really well. So yeah, she seems to have really settled into the routine out here.
You're a strong supporter of the carnival and have been for a number of years. Have you had many, I feel like mainly turf horses you bring out? Have you had many different runs?
This is my first dirt runner.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so yeah, so which, you know, when she was second here in December, it was no, I was delighted, and yeah, hopefully she runs well tonight.
Good luck. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's best turned out time. And Big Sing leading the horse around a few moments ago. And it's Manama Gold who's the best turned out winner. And it is our thanks to Zabeel Feeds and to Ziad Hawat, who is presenting the award. Once again, welcome to Ziad tonight. Changeover presenters as we're at this point of the night. Different handshake styles, but neither better than the other. And Ziad is presenting the award of 650 dirham on behalf of Zabeel Feed to the winning groom, Big Sing. So that was Manama Gold winning best turned out. And there she is. She was really good last time. There's a bit of buzz about her. So in that race, it was Michael Costa's filly Lafferty who'd come here off the back of a good win, and she was the filly with form. She went off atop the international market, but there was support for this filly, Manama Gold. Lafferty didn't run to ability, there's no doubt about that, because she was well beaten and not right on the day. Horses can put up a big performance on the dirt and then just go backwards a bit. Not saying that's in any way, shape or form going to happen to Manama Gold, but it's worth bearing in mind probably. But she's definitely the one to beat off the back of that performance, and she's pretty exciting. Cocoa Beach, who this race is named in honour, a few years back won the double out here of the Oaks and the Guineas. I think she was a Chilean bred filly, and she was very capable. And then came out here for Saeed to win. This is horse number 10. This is Wild Goddess. Interesting move here to run her on the dirt. I think this daughter of Camelot. It's not obvious. She is rated 92, so not a lot to find with Manama Gold. Clearly plenty of ability, but I think the step up in triple suit, just don't know how she'll handle the dirt. Stall 5 not too bad. She wouldn't want to be anywhere lower, I wouldn't have thought, because otherwise she'd have a bit of dirt in her face. But yeah, we'll see. It wouldn't be a shock. It's just it's not an obvious one necessarily for the surface. And we'll just finish up with newcomer Mizyan for Doug Watson in the colours of Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Maktoum. Pat Dobbs rides this daughter of Justify. Mizyan. Interesting, we haven't seen her yet, but Doug has plenty of quality fillies over the years in this sort of sphere, so you wouldn't want to underestimate her necessarily. Time for the call for the first of our Patton Company races with Pat.
Thank you very much, Tom. Loading away nice and quickly here, and our fillies will be underway very shortly here. Cracking race this as well. And on paper you'd say our debutant winner in Manama Gold looks the horse to beat. Hala Abra loads away. Mizyan loads into her stall. Up comes the Salam bin Gadaya runners for Sheikh Hamdan. Sensational in the black cap. Kibo Masaki from Macau Barcelona in the standard colours. And that'll leave 3 runners. Frosted Dawn, Wild Goddess, and the white distinguishing cap here for Fauzinas, Lightning Paradise, about to make her way forward. They go 1,600 metres here on the dirt. 300,000 dirham, 180,000 to the winner in the Cocoa Beach Stakes, presented by Jebel Ali Port. As Lightning Paradise comes up into line, and the last one will be Wild Goddess. Set to run here. Light flashing away. Starter hits the lever. We are underway. Mizyan has missed it. Sensational is going to go back in the field early as well. Manama Gold out fast. Lafferty uses the inside to press forward. Frosted Dawn was next, followed by Le Falcon Multi. The inside Kibo Masaki going up to track the leader here from Wild Goddess, Hala Abra, Lightning Paradise on the back of the first clump. Mizyan about 5 lengths detached, and Sensational would be the best part of 25 lengths off the leader and not going with the gallop, where it is on for one and all. Frosted Dawn 3 wide, really setting sail for the lead here and keeping the pace very genuine. Manama Gold, Audrey de Vries opting to not let her cross unless she's going to really work to do so. Lafferty gets the inside advantage. Kibo Masaki spots the lead 4 in 4th position from Wild Goddess. Then came a length and a half back there, Lightning Paradise being Scrubbed along with Hala Abra, La Falco Multi going back, being passed by Mizyard, and Sensatiable still last. So the speed has been very good. Frosted Dawn's been doing it double time, but comes up to the outside of Lafferty. Manama Gold sits in third here as well, stalking these 2 leaders. Then came Kibo Masaki plugging away with Hala Abra already under the stick. Then came Lightning Paradise, followed there by Mizyard. Best of the rest was Wild Goddess. To set sail here into the final furlong, drawing away here by 3 or 4 lengths, and has put this to bed at the 16th pole. Manama Gold, as easy as you like. Manama Gold streets them 7 lengths, beats home Lafferty. Third across Kibo Masaki, just beats home Mizyard, who made good ground late. Then came Sensatiable, followed by Lightning Paradise. Next came Frosted Dawn, who knocked up late. La Falcon Multi was next, along with Wild Goddess and Hala Abra. That was painless viewing, if you've ever seen it. Manama Gold. The question mark was she going to back up that debut performance? And she has done it, and done it in spades. Streets them here in this 5th event, and claims the 180,000 dirham win pool. She continues her unbeaten streak here. A filly to follow in starts to come.
Well, there was a moment, I think, where Adri took back, and you maybe thought, oh, I don't know. And then it was before that, when he got her to the wide outside, she was fine, and she's picked up really nicely. Lafferty has run a much better race, proving that all was not well last time. And she's run a much better race. I think that Jim Crowley's done the right thing on his mount, and you know, keeping her up on the speed, giving her best chance of winning Frosted Dawn. But she was keen early, and she's definitely paid the price for that late on over this new trip. And she's finished pretty tired. But yeah, there was that moment where Adri did the right thing, and it was a hot pace. He was squeezed in the middle of 2 fillies, and I think he just thought, I'm on the best horse. I don't need to force this, so I'll take back and take my time round the bend, and then bring her down the wide outside. So she's won very nicely in the end. She's not had an easy time of it, but she's clearly really good, and the form stacks up with Lafferty off the back of the debut win. It was pretty comfortable in the end for Manama Gold. They've got another nice filly on their hands. They've done well in this sphere with a lot of fillies in the past. He was just having a look to the golf course there, Adri. See who was teeing off under the lights. And now he says go, and she goes on to win quite nicely. You'd be pleased with the run of Lafferty. Kibo Misaki's run a nice race with an eye on the future and further. That was her first start, and she could well be aimed at an Oaks, I would imagine, but she's been well held by this filly. Another win in the victorious colours for Manama Gold.
Unofficial numbers in the Cocoa Beach Stakes presented by Jebel Ali Port. 7, 4, 3 and 8. Manama Gold wins convincingly. 138.40 the winner's time. 9 1/4 by 3 1/2. The margins 7, 4, 3 and 8. Race 5.
Keep some gap, keep some gap. Thank you. Slow down a little bit, slow down. Slow down. Thank you.